Hi everyone, welcome to the second video in our series. Is Bitcoin really legal? Can it be banned? The most important question pressing in people's minds. Decade actually, of negative press, people being worried that they're doing something bad or the cops will land up at their place, stuff like that, taxes. So we're going to cover this: what positions most countries have taken, why have they taken these positions, and where do we, I kind of see this space going in a non-jargonistic way and keeping it very simple. So let's get into it, and don't worry, things are not that bad. Firstly, what is the current situation? Nothing is like very black and white in this entire space. You would have known by now. So I've added some reference links. Most people are very comfortable with accepting three divisions, as a currency used for buying goods and services, your food, electricity, etc., or a commodity like, things which are fungible, like divisible, and in bulk, like gold, salt, precious metals, etc., or like security, like, like Apple stock, Amazon stock, something that you invest wisely in, hopefully, just like Bitcoin. And people are more okay with seeing it as a commodity. Most, I think 70-80% of the world where it has been accepted, in political acts or like, in speeches by prominent people. That means you own it, you pay taxes, but the moment you say, is it like legal tender? Can I use it for buying money? Is it like money? That people have a lot of problem with, we'll get into it. So the third part about is security. That's like even like, taking it a step higher, which people are even more worried about, because if these cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, etc., because it is more decentralized, people are like, okay, it's not a security. I mean, there's no CEO, there's no office. Where will you go? It's a decentralized public network. So that has to always be remembered, that it's just a public code, open source. Even if you decide to say, I ban it, doesn't matter to Bitcoin, as long as people are ready to support it. You won't even know who these people are. They are minors, legal citizens who are supporting something they believe in. It's just software running, So currency, but commodity, yeah, and security, oh, it's like even a bigger, problem. So that's like the state, because the profits in crypto are like, so astronomical, and also the regulations with security are also extreme, because society wants to be very careful. If something is a security, it has to be dealt with because it gives society some secure value, in a way. So crypto kind of stays away with that because it's very volatile right now, and for other reasons as well. I won't get into here. What is the problem? The problem is that if it becomes more accepted as a form of currency, which the white paper said, peer-to-peer cash system, and the main thing about me being able to send value to each other, in a decentralized way. What happens to the countries who want border control? What happens to the countries who are worried about terrorist financing, about money laundering? That means my country has X amount of dollars or rupees. Some people illegally keep moving money here and there, and this system has been made in such a way that these issues are dealt with. That when you try to move into the fiat currency or the government currency like euro, dollar, rupees, you can regulate that. You can know who the person is, how much they have transacted, and you can kind of track their, like, I'm mentioning companies like Chainalysis and all that have helped the governments, or many hardcore crypto believers feel these countries are bailing out on us. Why are they giving up to the government? But politics exists, and that's a reality, and these institutions have been made over time, which might evolve, but that's a reality we live in. So yes, the problem is that they are worried, and rightly so in many ways. So we have to find a way to deal with it so that even they feel more secure, that negative things will be taken care of in their perspective, and safe and sound value transaction around the world will happen. What is the future like? So just like telling you that people in the community are so paranoid, I think, or even like foresight for some people, that what if the internet is shut off by like centralized institutions, or like they try to kill it? What will we do? Will all crypto, because it's, if tomorrow everybody thinks Bitcoin is worth nothing, it will go to zero. Nobody can stop it, and that's the beauty of more of a decentralized world. So they've made like private satellites launched by companies like Blockstream and many others which I don't know about, public information kind of thing. So if internet goes, they'll try to make it very simple. You can access your cryptocurrencies, so you can transact value which will be traded, so everybody trusts it and there'll be liquidity. I mean, yeah. So it's time to learn to live with these things, because society has evolved to a point where we can trust decentralized computer networks in an open way, transacting value and giving us trusted account systems and all that. Yeah. So you have to learn to accept and coexist. This point, where do I see this ecosystem going, the solution, or the road ahead kind of thing? I really foresee a reality where tokens being more used for centralized institutions like banks, like insurances, say mentioning Ripple, which is popular third rank cryptocurrency on by market capitalization currently, to more private currencies like Monero, very hard to trace, impossible, the people behind it will say. So there is a wide spectrum of cryptocurrencies, and Bitcoin, I think it can be traced. It's pseudonymous that way, leaving aside jargon. So there's something for everybody. So we have to learn that by popular voting, like referendum as it's called, you take your citizens' inputs. You can anyways regulate it by exchanges which are popular, say like Binance. They have strict Face ID also for higher volumes. So low volumes, nobody cares, but higher volumes, they'll know who the person is. And if you take your citizens' help, and if the state learns to accept that citizens through informed technology can also produce sound value which can coexist. Not only the state has the right to have, or the ability rather, to take responsibility for currency, it's also the community through decentralized projects that can produce currencies. And I think private money in the Austrian economics school, I mean, leaving aside jargon again, sorry for that, they will learn to be more accepted, I feel, by the legislature. So here's hoping for a better world, and don't worry, your coins can't be banned, but you should always stay in tune with the legislation in your place and trust that the law is also on your side, because everything needs to be taken care of. So be safe, and yeah, that's it from my side.